Welcome to day 5 of Training Your Thinking, 21 Days of Mental Discipline. I pray you're enjoying this. And again, please have your friends subscribe. Encourage them to subscribe to questchurch.com/podcast. Right, Josh?
Yep. If you go to that address, you'll be able to find the link to our video and audio podcast, and you can subscribe there. It's real easy, real easy.
Can they share, Josh?
They can. They can. It's just a file, it's a link. You can share it on Facebook, or you can go to Quest Church's Facebook page, and it'll be posted there every day during this 21 days, and you can share it there as well.
Please do so, okay? So, day 5, Josh, is where do you think best?
This is going to be a good chapter.
Yes, sir. I have learned that where I intentionally engage the practice of thinking is as important as what and how I am thinking. Today, let us focus our attention on the underestimated aspect of thinking, your surroundings.
All right.
There's a certain energy that flows at a different pace when you are doing something alone. The energy in the environment is as important as the energy you are expending in thought.
That's good.
There are more environments that are more conducive than others for purposeful thinking. Do you have a place that allows you to think productively and intentionally? What works for me is walking. It allows me space and time to open my mind and think things through. I have a routine that I try to follow on a consistent basis. I wake up, drink a bottle of water, then I have my coffee, then a time of devotion and a time of prayer. Then I grab my walking shoes and my dog leash, by the way, with my dog, and head out the door. Because I have made this a pattern, my mind seems to anticipate this time as a period for process and deliberation. Very important. Usually, when my walk starts, I allow my mind to wander, dream, and then think on happy places in my life, such as my grandchildren. From there, I will remember something I've been working on or considering, and every time I walk, there is some revelation, whether big or small, that becomes clear to me. I am able to put things together in my mind that once was confusing or was out of order. Remember, your mind is like a muscle. In your practice of thinking, be deliberate about disengaging your mind from mentally exhausting distractions. So important. Any personal trainer will teach or preach the importance of not overworking your muscles in order to gain maximum growth and health. It is impossible to continuously push and stretch your body in every direction without experiencing fatigue. Even with the best of intentions for growth, many times we hinder ourselves by having our mind invested in too many places at once. Learn to give your mind a productive break.
Come on, somebody.
Diversions work wonders for me. I have loved playing the guitar for most of my life. Every day I find time to fool around on that guitar, and that's the truth. I can pause and escape for just a moment. That pause allows my mind to take a back seat to my heart and soul while I enjoy the muse of a guitar. Hobbies can enhance your thought life. I encourage what Richard Exley calls the rhythm of life. The premise is to make deposits into 4 areas of life in order to maintain proper balance. These areas are work, worship, rest, and play. As a pastor, this is a principle that I have imparted into my congregation for many years. It is important to stress that there is a distinct difference between each one of these quadrants. I encourage you to take time today to contemplate where you find yourself practicing your thinking. It may be time to find new environments in which to think, a walk in the park, a drive alone, or just time outside. These offer you the opportunity to enhance your thoughts. In all your thinking, don't forget to give your mind a break. Josh, you know, we've been together a long time working in ministry, and you know my patterns as good as anyone. And when I'm not walking and allowing my mind to just go, I can get really bogged down in the minutia of ministry and life. And, you know, those breaks that I consistently do have allowed me to open my mind up. It's a beautiful thing. Give us some insight.
One of the things you said here is usually when my walk starts, I allow my mind to wander.
Right.
I think that's such an important ingredient in that surrounding. I have a pattern, you have a pattern for For David, it was the field and the harp. For Jesus, it was the garden. Everybody has their space. First of all, it's important to identify that space.
Right.
You have to identify that space because it matters.
Hmm.
For me, it's my back porch,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's my office.
Oh, wow.
When I get in my office alone, it gives me the opportunity to really bring clarity to my mind. And that happens because I allow my mind to wander.
Now, let me ask you this. I've walked in to your office many times and seen you working, and you have music playing.
Always.
So does music help you in that environment?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It does what it's supposed to do. It muses me,
Yeah.
which means it settles my mind or brings it to a point of neutrality.
Right.
It allows it to wander,
Yeah.
which another way of saying that for me
Yeah.
is it pushes the clutter out.
Wow. Yeah. That's real good.
It pushes the clutter out so that whatever I'm thinking on or meditating on, I have clarity and focus on that one thing.
Right.
And that was what was so awesome about that one sentence in there, is because I can see that happening with you while you're walking.
Yeah.
It pushes all that stuff out and allows you to get to a place of focus.
So true. I call it making room for revelation.
Mm,
It's like when I'm walking, it's like you saying it right. The clutter is cleared, but there's just this big space of
wow.
revelation that I
Yeah.
walk into that, and I really have to have my phone just to put notes down when I'm walking because I think thoughts when I'm walking that I don't think anywhere else. And you know me, I'll forget those thoughts if I don't put them down. So it's not only important to be in the right environment, it's important to have something handy so that when your thoughts begin to expand, you're able to dictate them. Anything else, Josh?
In this chapter, the balance,
Yeah.
the whole thought of the rhythm of life and balance. I mean, like you said in the chapter, you've been preaching that to us for years and years and years. And sometimes that doesn't mean it happens in a day, right?
Right, right,
Your deposits, like I for us, the pattern isn't in one day we're depositing
yeah,
into every bucket.
right.
For us, there's whole weeks that go by that we're depositing into
In one.
one bucket.
And that one's usually
Work,
work.
yeah.
But you have to make those deposits in work, worship, rest. You know, that's a hard one for us,
Hmm.
is to rest. And God Himself took that one day
That's right.
and set it aside every week for rest. So we encourage you to continue this track with us, 21 Days of Mental Discipline. I hope you enjoyed day 5, and we can't wait till tomorrow,
That's right.
day number 6.